Customizable Mickey ice cream bars, taco cookies, and Dole Whip flights? Disney Springs is coming in clutch with a ton of exclusive snacks, and we're here to help you find the best of the best today on DFB Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog, and today's video is all about tracking down the most exclusive Disney Springs snacks that you're not going to find anywhere else on the Disney scene. And as an added bonus, since my scriptwriter Bria worked a lot on the Disney Springs section in our DFB Guide to Walt Disney World Dining, she has sprinkled in a bunch of great Disney Springs snack tips that I'm going to share with you straight from the guide itself. So let's get to it. Recently, Goofy's Candy Co. added a new customizable treat option. So along with create your own caramel apples, marshmallows, crisp rice cereal treats, and cake pops that were already there before, you can now also create your own Mickey ice cream bar. And that means you get to load it up with your choice of toppings. Toppings include M&Ms, Snickers, pretzel pieces, and more. And for that base $9.99 price, you'll get your choice of one candied topping, but you can pay a little extra if you'd rather choose two. You'll also get 4 options for a drizzle, including milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate, or Werther's Original Caramel. Once you check off the toppings you want on your little Create Your Treat card, you'll just hand it off to Goofy's Candy Co. cast members, and they'll put your masterpiece into motion. Ready for your first DFB Guide snack tip? When it comes to Disney Springs confectionaries like Goofy's Candy Co. and Candy Cauldron, you can usually pick up Werther's caramel treats identical to what you can find in Epcot's Caramel Kusha candy shop. This includes stuff like caramel squares and one of my personal favorites, the caramel butter bars. Yep, don't need an Epcot ticket to get a lot of those famous snacks. Once again, Goofy is the star of this Disney Springs sweet treat, but so is the rest of the Fab Five. Over at Marketplace Snacks, you can find indulgent bubble waffle sundaes themed after each of the Fab Five characters. Just to give you a quick rundown, there's the Mickey Waffle Cookie Sundae, the Minnie Sweet Strawberry Sundae, the Pluto Peanut Butter Waffle Sundae, my favorite, the Donald Lemon and Blueberry Sundae, also my favorite, and the DFB team's personal favorite, the Goofy Peanut Grand Slam Sundae. There's just a lot going on with Goofy's Sundae that makes it feel like a better bang for your buck, from the vanilla and chocolate soft serve to the toppings with hot fudge and peanuts and sliced bananas and sliced strawberries and mini M&Ms and a cherry on top. Marketplace Snacks also often features limited time character waffles too, themed around Disney friends beyond the Fab Five. So keep your eyes open to see what's going to be available during your next visit. Like, we'll often find a Jack Skellington one around Halloween, stuff like that. Now, for those of you who might not have a clue where Marketplace Snacks is in Disney Springs, don't worry, a lot of people don't. So that's why we created our free Disney World snack maps, and we just recently updated them to add a top 10 Disney Springs section too. So now you not only have snack maps that'll help you track down the best Disney World snacks in the parks, but also the best snack map for your day around Disney Springs too. And spoiler alert, yep, the character bubble waffles are part of the new map, which is good because that little kiosk can be very easy to overlook. Just scan the QR code you see on the screen now, or head to disneyfoodblog.com/bestsnacks after this, and we'll send those free snack maps to you ASAP. I love a sampler or a flight or any other snack option that encourages my indecisiveness and allows me to taste lots of different things all at once, which is why I love the Dole Whip sampler from Swirls on the Water. Swirls on the Water already has exclusive snacks as is, considering how often they switch out their specialty Dole Whip concoctions for the season. But what makes this snack kiosk even more exclusive is the fact that you can order a sampler of all 3 of their current limited time flavors without having to buckle down and decide on just one. Swirls on the Water also frequently switches out their boozy Dole Whip floats, not as a flight, but as an individual adults-only beverage. So you might also be able to order items like frozen hot chocolate with Baileys, Dole Whip with rum, Dole Whip with hard cider, sangria floats, or Dole Whip margaritas. Again, it all depends on the season. We were 3 points into this video without me talking about something cheesy even once, so let me fix that for you. I haven't been able to stop talking about the Dubliner Irish cheese and bacon dip from Cooks of Dublin since I first tried it back in 2012. So the fact that it stood the test of time this well is super impressive. This dip has a strong aged Irish cheese flavor and large salty chunks of real bacon throughout it. This might sound like blasphemy, but I'd order this over plastic cheese any day. Please don't tell plastic cheese that I said that. So what do you dip in this? just about anything. I've dipped my Dubliner burger, my fish and chips, yes to both the fish and the chips, chicken tenders, but I think my favorite thing to order here for dipping is the crispy hand-battered double-dipped onion rings for $9.99. Okay, I want to talk about 2 different poutine locations that you can find in Disney Springs with some really adventurous options to try. First place is the place that's mainly known for its poutine, appropriately called the Daily Poutine. Here you're going to find the classic version of this popular Canadian fry dish, along with poutine that's internationally inspired, like the butter chicken version and the Korean barbecue version. This kiosk also has seasonal poutine options too. Most recently, we've seen a burnt ends barbecue poutine pop up on the menu, topped with burnt ends, sweet barbecue sauce, and coleslaw. Personally, I'm super glad to see this option here because getting loaded burnt end fries from Regal Eagle Smokehouse in Epcot used to be one of my favorite snacks in all the parks, but those fries aren't really around anymore, so this is a welcome alternative. Then there's Eat by Manit Shawan, which is a quick service restaurant that serves Indian cuisine with a modern twist. The tandoori chicken poutine available here quickly grabbed all of our attention at DFB for its chaat masala fries, well-seasoned chicken, white cheddar curds, and rich tomato butter sauce. Here's another DFB Guide snack tip for you. There's a Hush Hush happy hour that happens at Eat Daily from 2 to 5 p.m. Be on the lookout for exclusive eats and drink specials. Okay, here's the deal. Peanut butter isn't exactly a Disney Springs exclusive cold brew flavor by any means, but it is exclusive to Gideons Bakehouse as a company. Let me explain. Gideons Bakehouse also has another storefront in Orlando over in the East End Marketplace, about 30 minutes away from Disney Springs. Now, even though this is Gideons' OG location that serves several of the same things you'll find on the Disney Springs menu, it does not serve any cold brews, since there are already other coffee shops in that shopping district that they didn't want to compete with. So the cold brews served in Disney Springs are one of a kind for the Gideons brand. Much like Gideons cookies and cakes, seasonal cold brews come and go from this location, but the option that you'll find here year-round is the peanut butter version. According to the online menu, this coffee is made with smooth oat milk cold brew, combined with a unique dark roasted peanut blend from Gideons' favorite Georgia peanut farm. Then it's naturally sweetened with a little maple syrup. Oh, and by the way, this cold brew is completely vegan and gluten-free too. Despite this cold brew being sold in a literal cookie shop, it's really not overwhelmingly sweet. Actually, when it comes to sweetness, it's a lot more mild than, say, your average Joffrey's blend. And the peanut butter flavoring comes through strong, without being overpowering. This is another PSA reminding you to stop skipping Pepe by Jose Andres during your Disney Springs visits. This place is such an underrated stop to pick up Spanish-inspired quick bites and snacks. And of course, Jose Andres is an icon of the chef sphere, right? Now, one of our favorite things to get here is the patatas bravas. Back in the day, the patatas bravas were admittedly a little more fun to order because they'd be served in a little potato chip bag, but they're still worth ordering today, bag or no bag, for those Spanish fried potatoes, spicy brava sauce, and aioli. The potatoes are super soft with a slight crispiness to their crust. Not crispy like a French fry, but crispy like they've been baked or maybe lightly fried. And the brava sauce has a chipotle tanginess that makes these guys spiced, but not necessarily spicy. And because I'm an aioli girl through and through, you know the aioli is my favorite part of this savory snack. It's light and creamy and really adds another layer to those thick potato pieces, giving a richness that you're not going to find in a lot of other Disney Springs snacks. And I don't think Bria would allow me to move on to the next point without shouting out her favorite thing to order here, the chicken fritters. Chicken fritters are made with creamy chicken, bechamel sauce, fried to golden brown. They're basically croquettes, but I think they used to call them croquettes and nobody knew what they were. So these are chicken fritters now, but they're croquettes. Really, really good. I will never get tired of watching desserts be made fresh in the shop. Never, which is why I love the ganachery as much as I do, even if it can be rather pricey. I mean, let's be real here. $8.50 for a s'more is nothing to sneeze at when you can make your own back home during your next bonfire. But these ganachery s'mores are something special, because the ganachery is an upscale specialty chocolate and sweets shop. Their version of the s'more features high-end components like vanilla bean marshmallow squares and surprise additions like salted caramel ganache. When it comes to ooey gooey goodness, it's hitting all the right notes here. These ingredients are all sandwiched between 2 graham crackers with a chocolate coating on each cracker. Now, the graham crackers are house-made. They're super soft, definitely not your typical grocery store boxed crackers. And while the texture really is lovely to bite into, the s'more does fall apart pretty easily, so have some extra napkins. The s'more is also topped with a powdered sugar Mickey as an added magical touch that we've come to expect from the ganachery. During the holidays, you might even find seasonal s'mores on offer, like the gingerbread version that sometimes comes out around Christmas time. Jock Lindsay's Hanger Bar is rarely ever the exact same experience twice. Between new lounge drinks, new lounge bites, maybe even a whole new lounge period, since this place transforms into Jock Lindsay's holiday bar during the Christmas season, this place sure does love to keep us on our toes, and it doesn't hurt that the new stuff they come up with is as innovative as it is tasty. Last fall, we tried the snake bite bao buns for the first time. These little guys come served in Reggie the Snake's cage, name tag and all. In case you're not familiar with good old Reggie, this is Jock Lindsay's pet snake, who sometimes likes to mess with poor Indiana Jones, who, as you know, is not a huge snake fan. Now, the buns are stuffed with smoked brisket, ahi amarillo mustard, pepperdew relish, pickled onion, and tomato. And in our personal experience, each ingredient is balanced nicely. The smoked and chewy brisket is a great contrast to the crisp veggies hanging out amongst the relish and pickled onion. They also create a nice low heat to really turn up the flavor. Then there's the ahi amarillo mustard, which gives the bao a tangy punch against the smoked brisket meat, making it almost taste like a burger slider. The sad part about these bao buns, though, is that there are only 2 of them to enjoy for that $15 price point. So even though they're listed on the menu as more of a shareable option, you might want to consider ordering these for yourself and just push the sharing is caring mentality to the side for now. Or you can still share and make some extra room to try some of those Indiana Jones themed cocktails instead. Each cocktail served here tells a story with its name and is inspired by Indy's many adventures alongside his pilot and pal, Jock Lindsay. From the Fountain of Youth to Reggie's Revenge, you've got a lot of different fruity adult beverages to try here. And for those who aren't of age yet or who don't want to partake in an alcoholic beverage, Jock Lindsay's also offers a whole bunch of non-alcoholic signature libations too, for less than half the price of a boozy drink. Now here's another DFB snack guide tip for you. If it's available during your visit, try to snag a seat inside the bar's unique diving bell table. It's my favorite. Okay, I'm going to give this to you straight. Amoritisserie isn't always my favorite place to grab a sweet treat. Yes, they have some very cute desserts and the flavor's not too bad, but oof, these prices are steep, especially for these seasonal petite cakes. Regardless, you're not going to find decked out seasonal petite cakes quite like the ones offered at Amorit's Patisserie anywhere else, at least not on the reg. They're basically edible art in the form of a many layered chiffon cake. So even if you don't want to buy a whole petite cake, it's still worth doing a little window shopping just to appreciate the character and craft that go into these. For a cheaper yet still super cute dessert option here, you can always go the petite dome route instead for a character mousse dome inspired by one of the members of the Fab Five. Or you can ditch the cute designs entirely and get my actual favorite dessert option here, which is the cookie dough filled croissant for $8.25. This is nice and flaky and golden and crispy on the outside, and the melty, gooey chocolate on the inside is going to be very much appreciated by those who love that underbaked cookie vibe. So it's been a hot minute since I talked about the taco cone from Four Rivers Cantina Barbacoa food truck, and that's not because I like it any less than I did before. It's just, well, I've got nothing. There's no excuse for leaving out the deer taco cone, so let's make things right. The taco cone includes your choice of meat, a roasted sweet potato if you're looking for a strictly plant-based option, along with shredded lettuce, guacamole, sour cream, pico de gallo, queso, cilantro, jalapeno, and a lime wedge. In case that long list of ingredients didn't make it clear enough, this taco cone has so much packed into it. Last time we ordered this, we got the adobo pork, which was very tender and shredded and well seasoned. The jalapenos tend to add a nice kick to this cone, but it'd be easy enough to pick them off or to ask for the jalapenos to just be left off if you're not into that spiciness. Meanwhile, the pico de gallo adds a nice bright freshness with each bite. The sour cream adds that cool and creamy element, no surprise there. And all the ingredients in general work pretty well to make a familiar tasting Mexican dish in a non-traditional way. As for the cone itself, it's crispy, it's fun, it's innovative, but it's not exactly the easiest snack to eat on the go. So be prepared to take a seat, grab some napkins, and use a fork if you want to tear into this one. This is cheese and it's on fire, so what more could you ask for, really? Wine Bar George's Saganaki on Fire is a block of very fancy, really delicious cheese served with crostini and delivered literally on fire. The flavor of the cheese tastes very similar to maybe a manchego, but like a little tougher and less crumbly. The cheese is also topped off with a thin layer of metaxa, which is a type of spirit that helps make the flambe happen tableside. It's a fun dish to order, fun dish to watch, and even better to eat, since I live for a good old toasty, melty, fresh-tasting cheese. And of course, this cheese is even better when you order it along with a glass of Wine Bar George's namesake. Not George, the wine. So these just might be the cutest desserts to ever grace Erin McKenna's bakery display cases. But before we get into talking about these new treats, for the record, Erin McKenna's Bakery NYC specializes in goodies that are vegan and gluten-free. And many options are also kosher, dairy, egg, nut, and soy-free. So really anyone can enjoy the treats here without having to worry about the quality being subpar just because the ingredients are different from typical desserts. Okay, recently Erin released a new line of pastries that look like savory foods. So you've got the donut corn dogs, the cupcake sliders and hot dogs, the cookie pizzas and tacos, and what's probably our favorite of the bunch, the sweet fries, which are made out of a dense cake rolled in a donut batter, then covered in a hearty layer of cinnamon sugar. The ketchup on the side is actually a strawberry jam, which is the real star of this treat and helps set it apart from the other new picnic-like dessert options on offer. Bacon, a classic. Bacon that's been candied and then hung up to dry? That's a little unique. The Edison's DB clothesline candied bacon is dripping with maple glaze, seasoned with black pepper, and served with sweet and spicy pickles. I'm not gonna lie, the visuals of this one kind of feel like a horror movie to me, but the scariest part about it is the $18 price tag, just for 4 strips of bacon. And believe me, that price has gone up since they first debuted. I can remember whining when they were like $13 and now they're $18. So when I first ordered this app back in the day, I wanted to report back that I hated it so you wouldn't have to splurge a ridiculous amount on a measly 4 strips of bacon that you could sizzle up in a pan back home. But this is seriously good bacon. Some of the best I've ever had. Each strip is thick cut, slightly sweetened, and melt in your mouth delicious. So if you want to try it, just be aware of the price tag because it will be sticker shock otherwise. Now here's another DFB snack guide tip. The Edison is also well known for its eclectic cocktail selection, including their high roller cocktails. Now, high roller cocktails are pricey, but each one comes with a special coin. After you collect 4 high roller coins, which you can save up over time, you can redeem them during your next visit to the Edison to get your next high roller drink for free. So I'm going to turn this one over to Bria for a minute because she insisted that this homecoming appetizer is absolutely taken for granted. So here you go.
Weird fact about me, homecoming is one of my favorite places to grab a bite to eat in all of Disney Springs, but I'm not always a fan of heavy fried chicken meals. So what keeps me coming back here? Oh, you know, the moonshine cocktails, the savory cheesy sides, and my favorite hidden gem of them all, the Key West shrimp cocktail. The Key West shrimp cocktail is made with seasoned shrimp, tossed with avocado, mango, cucumber, and a house-made cocktail sauce, served with a side of buttermilk crackers. Y'all, this is like an elevated ceviche dish. If you don't like cold shrimp, it's better to just pass on this one and stick with the warm stuff, but if you're a chilled shrimp / cocktail shrimp fan like I am, this appetizer tastes so light and refreshing on those hot Orlando days when you feel like a bunch of fried chicken is just gonna end up sinking to the bottom of your stomach.
Now, here's your next DFB snack guide tip. If you are not finding reservations for the restaurant during the time of your visit, see if you can grab a table at the attached Southern Shine Bar, which is all first come, first serve seating and gives you pretty much the same menu of options that you're gonna find inside the main dining room. If there are other exclusive Disney Springs snacks that you want to make sure everybody knows about, please let us know in the comments, and we will definitely keep the conversation going. And don't forget to pick up our updated and totally free Best Disney Springs snack maps over at disneyfoodblog.com/bestsnacks, and we'll send them right over to you, again, for free. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and I'll see you real soon.